Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Salam alaikum, my third secondary students. Welcome to the second semester of Durus Online. And today, our lesson is writing. So we mainly have only writing for today. And this is, of course, taken from your book, The Traveler 6. As a warm-up, as usually, we start with what we'll learn today. So we got only two, and it's all about writing. One, to write an informal letter describing an event. And two, use an appropriate phrases in writing an informal letter. So for number one, it's all about writing informal letter, and you only need to describe an event, something happened, like in your school, in your university, or in your house, or any event that happened in front of you. And two, of course, there are skills and tips that can help you write an appropriate phrases in writing an informal letter. We'll see how we follow an introduction and a main part and the conclusion. So the good question here for you is, what kind of events does your school or university organize? So you can see here there's a boys' school where they have a festival, I think in some kind of arena of a basketball, and they celebrate or they have some competitions, and also here a very famous game or competition where you can sit on a chair when people count, and then the teacher says stop, and those who stay out of a chair get out of the competition. There are too many competitions actually happen in school, especially in elementary, for Teachers Day, for example, Sports Day, or healthy food day. There are too many actually students do throughout the year. So we're trying to understand how we write an informal letter. So writing an informal letter describing some kind of event or a competition like what we just displayed for you in the school. Something happened, an event, a competition. So let's see how we do it. So for an informal letter describing an event, you start with a greeting. Any kind of greeting, salam alaikum, good morning, how are you, how you doing, hello. So you greet the person that you are writing to. And then you start directly with the opening paragraph. So in the open paragraph, you can use set of phrases to begin your letter with, and then you say why you are writing, then briefly refer to the event, and finally say why you like it. So you started with the greeting and you greet the person you are writing to, and then you set of phrases you begin your letter with. For example, you can say, I have been waiting for the sports day from the beginning of the year. Okay, so I'm writing for you to tell you about the coming or the preparations for the coming sports day on, okay? Now you start briefly talking about the event on maybe next month on Sunday at let's say 9 a.m. And it consists of set of competitions like sitting on a chair, marathon or short marathon, running race, football match, basketball match, swimming. So you got too many events you can do in a school, and then you say why you like it. You say for the coming event, I'm preparing to participate in the swimming, competition because last time I went, to the competition and I became third or second, and this time I will be the first, and I'm preparing very well for this competition. So then you jump to the main part and describe the event. Say what happens, the atmosphere, special clothes, your personal involvement, and etc. And then you talk about your previous maybe experience, like what I just said to you, and you say why you're or what are the procedures and how you're preparing for this event. Like you bought new shoes, you went to the gym, you're running every day, you're trying to do some warm up, you bought some special clothes, and you're trying to have a challenge for this, and the atmosphere is funny, and people get healthy food and they dress in a different way and they compete and say why you like it. Maybe you get a medal and your name will be displayed on students corner on the, or maybe on the student corner on a website of the school. And then for the closing paragraph, which is, the conclusion, you state anything you want to emphasize. So you need to emphasize that you are really, very enthusiastic about winning, the first part of the competition, which is mainly your challenge, which is swimming. That's was our example. And then you use a set of phrases to end your letter with. So you can say, I'm looking forward for this competition, and inshallah, I'm going to win the first place. And until then, I'll see you again, and then you sign off. For the signing off, you use your signature ending and your first name below that. So you sign off, and then you write your first name at the end of the letter. More examples. Here's a part of a letter you have received from a friend. So you received a letter from a friend or an email from a friend. So write a letter to your friend describing a school event in your country. So there's some, maybe for the girls section, they do some kind of a healthy food day, shapes day, and a project maybe, or cleaning, classrooms day, and etc. So it's not only about the boys. Also in the girls' schools, they do too many, events, and also maybe sports day. So here is a letter you received or an email you received from your friend, and he's saying the following for you. To you, I am working on a project at school about various school events around the world. I was wondering if you could help me out by describing popular school events in your country and saying why it is important to you. Hope to hear from you soon. So you received an email or a letter from your friend asking you about the kinds of events and celebrations you do in your school because he got a project about this. So you need to reply. So before you reply, here is some advice and tips for you to follow. So when you're writing an informal letter describing an event, you can use informal language. You can write wanna, gonna, ain't, whatever you like to do. It's open. You can use short forms like his, I didn't, don't, all these short forms. And you can use exclamation marks like it was great. So this is an exclamation mark. And you can use direct questions or whatever question you use. What are you up to? What are your plans? Are you going to take a part in this? Do you like it? So you can use too many also expressions in this, like well, of course, anyway, actually, you see, all these expressions are open in an informal letter. Also, try to have some lively, colorful language. Like you can use a variety of adjectives, adverbs and phrases. So here's a sample of the reply of the informal letter you reply your friend to. So you can say, my dear Robin, I'm so happy to hear from you. We definitely have a lot of interesting school events, but I think the most important one is the interesting sports day. The annual sports day of our school is held on the 15th January. On this occasion, our school building and surroundings are nicely decorated with flowers, color papers, and festoons. A large pandal is built in front of the school building. The first session of the day begins at 8 a.m. At first, the scout leader of our school lights the Olympic torch. Next, the chief guest opens the sports day freeing pigeon over the sky. The sports begin at 10 a.m. The selected events of the day are high jump, long jump, 100 meters race, skipping, chair sitting, discus throwing, cockfight, etc. Dress as you like, and Haravanga for the invited guests are the most attractive events of the day. I took part in 3 events and came first in a long jump. The games come to an end at 4 p.m. In the last session, the chief guest distributes the prizes among the winners. Truly speaking, I enjoy all the day. Anyway, I hope this will help you in your project. Would you like me to send you some pictures too? It would be no problem. With good wishes, yours ever, Sean. So you see, we started with an introduction and the main part and the conclusion here. We used a variety of adjectives and you're writing to your friend, so it's an informal letter. It's open. You can use the language you like. You can use short forms. You can also use personal opinions. You can say why you like it, why you're writing this, and also you can write details about the events. So if I ask you now to write a letter to your friend describing a school event in your country, or maybe you have a cousin or a relative or a friend who moved from your school to another school, and try to write him an informal letter or an informal email and try to ask him about the events they do in their schools and compare them to the events you do in your school. And that will be a very great informal letter between both of you. So today it was all about writing, and we really had some tips and some kind of advice for you or to help you write an informal letter. You start with a greeting. You start with name of your friend, any kind of greeting, Assalamu alaikum, good morning, how are you, how you doing? And then you start with the main part, you start with the opening paragraph and the closing part, and then you sign off with your first name and write some good words like seeing soon, and also waiting from you, looking forward, yours faithfully. There are too many ways you can end your letter with. So these were all taken from your book, some photos from the Google part, clip arts, and for more information and lessons, you can visit us on the website, follow us on Twitter, call us for 24/7 number for any technical help. That was all for today. Thank you for watching this. Until I see you again, have a good day and Assalamu alaikum.